Umbraco is the best fit for
Good question.
what Umbraco is. So what you would say about it?
It's one of the enterprise-ready, AI-enabled open source CMS. That is what all Umbraco is.
It's the content author's favorite editor tool.
It's launching, so you all are excited. If you are already a Microsoft, if you are using already a Microsoft or an Azure shop, Umbraco fits like a glove. So there is no vendor lock-in, and the source code is completely open. The community is huge and genuinely helpful.
People are waiting for a questions. If something coming up like, yes, I know this, let me answer.
Exactly, the developer builds it once and the team lives in for years. So yes, AI is becoming a core part of the Umbraco platform. Then Umbraco is the genuinely one of the choice on the table you should go for.
Built for next 10 years, not just next demo. And I just love that. Namaste Umbraco. Hello everyone and welcome back to UmbraShow. Here with me once again Nikhil. Hello Nikhil.
Namaste everyone.
Today we are tackling one question which we get asked for all the times. Is Umbraco the right choice for my website? And Nikhil, I think we should talk about honestly on this, not as a sales pitch, but where Umbraco is a great fit and where it doesn't.
Agreed, Asha. I think we build every day something with Umbraco, and in day-to-day life we work with Umbraco. So we know about Umbraco much in terms of creating the website, and I'll happily say so that let's do it properly.
Perfect. So let's start with the basics. For someone who maybe heard about Umbraco, but he doesn't have a much idea what Umbraco is. So what you would say about it?
As you also know that you are an Umbraco MVP, so it's already been built on .NET and C# world. It's a completely flexible platform, you can say, and we can say it's not like a drag and drop template page builder like a Wix. But yes, Umbraco is very famous in terms of the community, and one thing special is about editor and flexibility, and editors actually like using it with Umbraco.
Okay, interesting. Make the honest case. Where does Umbraco really shine?
So for us, it's the flexibility and control. You own the code, so you have never logged into a black box, and you are not paying an extra every time you need a feature that's hidden behind another license like this. For example, content modeling. You shape the content exactly how it should document, how it should be document types, block grid, structure content. Editors get building blocks. Not a free for all that breaks the design.
Perfect. I think I also heard about Umbraco. It has a friendliest back office, and I think it's the content author's favorite editor tool which they are using on the site. Alright, so and the .NET side, big one for a certain kind of organization.
It's a huge, because if you are already a Microsoft, if you are using already a Microsoft or an Azure shop, Umbraco fits like a glove. Same text type, same hosting, same people can manage it. So you don't have to manage multiple developers to maintain Umbraco solutions. And the greatest example is an integration. That is a real strength. For example, if you want to convert, if you have to connect with your Salesforce, Dynamics or SAP, it plays well with the enterprise systems a business already running on today.
Yes, therefore I think it's built based on a .NET. Therefore we can expand it as we want. Create an enterprise application and anything. Create extensions and everything. Okay, and being open source, isn't just feel good about it?
Exactly, Asha. So there is no vendor lock-in, and the source code is completely open. The community is huge and genuinely helpful, and you are not dependent on a single company to fix the issue, or if you want to add a new feature, just shout it into the community and you'll get something for sure.
Yes, that's very true. We also see leaderboard on community where people are waiting for a questions. If something coming up like, yes, I know this, let me answer it and let me get more points to go on.
Exactly, and that's a good initiative of that forum. I think it's been completely rebuilt, where you can see the leaderboard, you'll see your questions. Before posting your question, you'll get your answers as well.
Yes, perfect, right. So it's also working based on the AI, as like if you are something asking, they have in their documentation as well, in a forum as well, they are showing here, this is the question is already been asked,
Yes.
or you can get the answer from here. But yeah, this is the very interesting thing about Umbraco community. Whatever we ask, they are ready to help at any time.
That's the power of community, I can say.
Yes, that's true. So you mentioned editor actually like it. Why does that matter?
Because a CMS, your content team is scared of quietly slows to hold business down. With the Umbraco, the back office is clean. People find their way around without a manual, and that's an complete. That's what I can say. A big blow of a back office, because I've been used multiple CMSs. I think a decade years ago, and then I got to know that Umbraco's back office is very friendly. A preview, if you can say a multilingual, you need a proper roles and permission. If you want to see the specific page version history, the day-to-day things, a real content team leans on, and that's a good, I can say.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Umbraco's so many packages building around the preview of blogs, what we are adding into a back office, they can easily see, and the rollback feature. So yeah, it's helpful for all the content editors. Otherwise, we saw lots of CMS, which is not much user friendly, no building blocks and everything. So yeah, we see it's easy to use. So it's not just a developer's favorite, it's the people publishing every day too.
Exactly, the developer builds it once and the team lives in for years. So Umbraco respects both sides of that. Example, I can say one of the customer where we used to migrate that one of the site code project to Umbraco, and I can see the expression of the customer editors team that they are using the site code back office team, and now they switch to Umbraco, and the joy of that editors, I can see that they are very happy with the back office, and that's why I said it's a completely good editor friendly. Without any tech team, the person can manage the content very easy.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I also seen and experienced this. We were doing the discovery and we are finalizing a content into a site code, and it was a very hard. For being a developer, if it's a very hard, then content editors, they are not technical, they are non-technical, and I think it's a great experience to use Umbraco for them. They are happy, and therefore the Umbraco is user friendly in such a way.
And like in Umbraco 19, that the reusable component, that feature is coming, right? So it's a kind because we just worked on the site code part, so we know that if that feature comes in 19, it would be a great move for Umbraco people. That's good.
That's true. And also people are building the AI packages where they can, they don't need to work much around the content. They don't need to go to the ChatGPT and say, write down my article. No, I think that's something we don't need to do. We have packages.
So that, Umbraco AI package, that you just get a chat, whatever you want to ask, just ask it. And on top of that, the MCP, and we were just exploring that roadmap, right, of Umbraco. Till 20th version, they are focusing that it would be somewhere that MCP is actually in the real market for the editor peoples. That's a good move.
Yeah, so it's like a platform as a service, as a MCP. We are not able to see MCP yet around, only the developers are able to see what we can do with the MCP. But I think in a future roadmap, we have that for Umbraco.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, the complicated part.
Of course, I'll say honest, whatever it is.
So, not the now the part of the most people skip. When should someone not use Umbraco?
Good question. Sure. So what we can say, like if you are building a simple 5-page brochure website, or have a very limited budget, or might be you don't have a developer or a technical team, then honestly something like a Squarespace, Wix kind of SaaS platform where you can utilize it, which is very quicker and cost effective. In that case, Umbraco would be kind of, because you need to maintain that as some kind of development practices. And similarly, if your team works entirely with JavaScript or kind of a MERN tech stack and has no interest in .NET ecosystem, so that's quite I can say there are other headless CMS options that will be more naturally fit into that day-to-day workflow. So there are two reasons I can see as of my experience.
But still, not to forget, Umbraco is also providing a headless option.
Of course, it's an open source. You don't have to pay it, and that content delivery API, which is a headless option,
Headless
you don't
option.
have to exactly.
If you don't have a Umbraco, the .NET or Umbraco experience developer, still if you have a Next.js, they can build a front end for you, and probably MCP can help you to build the Umbraco back office.
Yes.
Perfect. And what about that? There will be a plugin every time. How that expectations people bring from WordPress or any other tech stack?
It's a fair point, Asha, because Umbraco's package ecosystem is completely just a game changing, because I can see that it's growing well, but it's smaller than the WordPress because it's been since long, and more often you build the exact thing you need rather than installing 12 plugins, which is a cleaner long term, but it doesn't mean you need developers, right? So that's probably the biggest caveat. I can see that Umbraco isn't a no-code platform. If you don't have a developer or a budget to work with one, it's probably not the place to start with. Just go with Wix or somewhere, but don't forget about that. It's one of the enterprise ready AI enabled open source CMS. That is what all Umbraco is.
Yes, that's honest, and I appreciate that you said that loud out.
Yes, so I can say that Umbraco is not just for the brochure website, but it's like a platform you can build on top of what you wish to. It's like a Danish, it's a name of Umbraco, like a Danish key, Danish name of the word like Elanki. So you can build on top of Umbraco whatever you wish to.
So let's say someone building a proper business website, have a development team, need integration, and are thinking a long term. Why do you think that now it's a good time to choose Umbraco specifically?
Yes, so everyone knows that AI is booming the world now, and everyone is where we go, like we will just talk about AI. So yes, AI is becoming a core part of the Umbraco platform now, because we just visited the code garden and we can see the complete roadmap of Umbraco for the upcoming years. And you have got the AI powered prompts, copilots, features in the back office itself, and the work happening around MCP is just about. But it's all done on the Umbraco way itself. So you stay in the control of AI model. For example, today you wanna use like the GPT model. Tomorrow it may be Claude, Cursor, and which AI model you wish to use, exactly what it has access to. So it's completely a good like you can stay in a control. And secondly, I can say it's an open source enterprise ready CMS, as I mentioned earlier, that things like a security certification. Secondly, we'll talk about a much more mature Umbraco cloud platform, especially thanks to Umbraco HQ team for that, and a built-in support for the load balancing which is coming from this, and so you can comfortably handle those kind of big traffic spikes throughout the day or like whenever the situation arises. So that's a good, I can say.
And how we forget about the automate? Right?
Of course, yes. We all are waiting that it's today it's 7th July, and the day after tomorrow, that 9th July, it's launching. So you all are excited.
Perfect. And a practical timing note for anyone who is choosing Umbraco today.
So I can say if you are starting now, start on a current supported version, for example latest version which is Umbraco 17. Don't go on Umbraco 13 because it's already going end of life by this December. So don't build something on that version. Just adopt V17 directly as Automate is arriving, as I just mentioned, and you can use it. The MCP server, the AI, and the back office of the customization of back office is very easy. So I can say that please go with directly V17.
That's a best recommendation, because V13 we shouldn't use as a back office customization we need to do, and if that will be AngularJS, then it will be a rework in the version 17.
True, and if you are just curated about to explore or experimenting the new features, try 18 and just stay connected with what's coming new in 19. You can also you can share your feedback, you can resolve some issues, and you can raise it in the GitHub. So that's where we all can contribute to the community and source code.
What are the Umbraco's out-of-box features which are making Umbraco unique?
I can say first one is open source. And second one is about that I just mentioned about the cloud, because if you don't have a network team, infra team in house, and you can just leverage the features of Umbraco Cloud, which is built on top of Azure. Secondly, that the hardcore, which I just mentioned about that content delivery API as an headless. If you wish to directly use the hardcore, that is also good. Apart from that, we also have Umbraco Commerce, Umbraco Engage for the personalization part. Then we have workflow. Now automate is coming. And in terms of tech specific, if we will talk about that, the flexible content modeling, the advanced workflow and approvals, that is also good. And if you wish to manage your multilingual site with multi-site, because I still remember one of the customer is using around 22 websites with the one Umbraco single source code, and it's multi-billion dollars company, I can say. And that nowadays Umbraco AI feature, which is again outstanding, and especially if I'll talk about that enterprise scalability and the open source advantage with AI search, that I am still working on that AI search, the Examine AI, Elastic AI, that is all about, I can say.
Yes, so it's not just about the CMS. Umbraco is not just a CMS, but if someone would like to build a website which has a heavy content, and at the same time if they have e-commerce features, so they can easily use Umbraco Commerce. And also we also recently attend one webinar which is about the workflow, where the content governance is happening. So Umbraco's that the workflow product is also very much in use. I think we should have one more episode on this, Umbraco products.
True, that is who approved the content. I still remember that Nathan and Aaron, and one of that Nisha, which from Nisha.
Maybe Nisha.
Nisha, yeah. So they just managed that webinar very well, I can say. It's good.
Perfect. So also I have a very first question. Is Umbraco focusing on a sustainability? Because this is the question for everyone at this moment.
Sustainability is becoming an important part of Umbraco's positioning in today's world, I can say, and especially around that responsible digital development, efficient infrastructure, and reducing unnecessary digital waste. And there are a few good packages also available where you can see your full report of carbon emission, how it's been used. And I see few of our customers already listed down those carbon emission per day or how much they have saved so far, and I think that's a good move. And I still remember that Umbraco is growing some trees in some of the areas where you are just adopting this. That's a good move, I can say.
Okay, perfect. And all right, I think we discussed a lot about how the Umbraco is the best fit for the website what we are building. So give people the way to self-check whether they should use Umbraco or not. What questions should they ask to themselves?
I think that's what I felt in 2013, because I was exploring some of the good CMSs, and I can say today's world, because it's been changed a lot where I started from 2013. So the first question would be for the business people, like a decision maker or owners, like what's our team's technology stack or what's their expertise? Are we comfortable to working with .NET and the Microsoft ecosystem? That's the first thing as a business owner or a decision maker you can take. Second question, I can say that how complex is about our content? Is it just a handful of pages, or do we need a structured, multilingual, reusable contents like that? Third one, do we really need to integrate some of the business systems, like to connect with CRMs, ERPs, the packages, or some enterprise tools like SFMC? And finally, are we building something for the next 10 years or just doing for next 2 to 3 months, like that?
Perfect. And if the answer yes to most of those,
then Umbraco is the genuinely one of the choice on the table you should go for. Not just because I say it, but because that's the exactly shape of the problem it's built for.
Alright, perfect. So the honest one-liner, Umbraco is the best fit for?
So for organizations who wants control, structured content, proper integrations, and a platform their team will still be happy working with 10 years from now, and who already have a developer or willing to bring one in, I think Umbraco is a very strong choice, I can say. if that's your situation, it's hard to beat, but if it isn't, that's okay too. I'd rather than point you towards something that fits your needs better.
Very honest. And that's a very good quote, that build for next 10 years, not just next demo. And I just love that. And that's it for today's UmbraShow. If you are evaluating a right CMS for you, you are facing a questions or facing a challenges, just give on our way. We would love to hear from you what you are working through. And see you in the next one. Namaste,
Namaste,
Umbraco.